I want to introduce to some and present to others my friend and my brother. He is one of our featured authors right here on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Dr. Vinson J. Bradley is here. Good evening, Mr. Bradley. How you doing?
Good evening. How you doing?
Oh,
I'm
man,
doing
come
good.
on,
I'm
man.
doing good.
Stop it, man. You know how I'm doing. If you have to ask me, I must be slipping. Stop it, man. You know it. Yeah. Man, how you doing? Man, it is so nice. And thank you so much for joining us here tonight on Friday Night Jams. And, of course, you know our iHeartMedia radio family requested that you stop by tonight and join us and tell us a little bit more in detail about your fresh new publication that was recently released. And of course, we cannot forget about our family over at Roku, Amazon Fire TV. And you know, I almost forgot about them, but I didn't. I remember because Vic said, "Are we still on for tonight?" And he's over at Comcast Cable. Vic, I thank you, man, for joining me. And of course, thank you guys for just simply all of your love, care, kindness, and support. In the meantime, we're going to bring him live right here. And Dr. Bradley, all I want you to do is step up to the plate. Let us know. Introduce yourself, man. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Who is Dr. Vinson J. Bradley?
Hey, I'm just a simple guy from lower Alabama. I'm a person that just went through a lot and to get to where I am, and it's a journey that I decided to tell the world. And sit down and write about it. It's been a struggle. It's been hard time, but it's been a learning process, and it's been one that really has tested my resilience and my faith and my determination. And is either sink or swim. And I decided to try to swim. And sometimes I went under a couple times, but I kept paddling. Pumping my feet, paddling. To slowly get to where I am today. And it is a journey that I feel, a story that I feel could help others feel encouraged when times get rough or your situation may not be ideal for right now. And just let people know that keep going, just keep moving forward. And that's something that really I'm excited about, and I was inspired to do.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness, man. And I'm loving every second of it. We really appreciate you being here on tonight, man. And I tell you, I'm excited for you because, you have this amazing new publication out. For those that don't know, now, once again, Dr. Bradley is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. All you have to do is stop by our platform, click on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors. You'll see a copy of the publication I'm currently showing you on our screen, Against All Odds. Dr. Bradley, they're going to be asking me, so we might as well give it to them. Against All Odds. Tell us a little bit about it if you don't mind.
Against all odds, it starts from my childhood, and I come from humble beginnings, single wide trailer, 5 kids, two bedroom. Times was hard, times rough. I was a single mother who did the best that she could. And it was later on in life before she was able to complete her education. She was the oldest of 11, and she ended up having to drop out of school at a young age, and to help raise her siblings. And she went right into raising us. And she worked hard, and she did the best that she could with what she had. And what she put in us is, it doesn't matter, where you are, is where you're going. And no matter what your current situation is, you carry yourself like you somebody. And she put that determination in us, no matter what the situation is, and keep your head high. And it's starting now, going through my life, you just see those things that was instilled in you at a young age, and you start to realize those and look back on it, and you wonder why you so determined and why you just have that not quit attitude. It basically starts there. So that's where the story begins. And then I had kids at a young age, and I was a teenage parent, and I ended up with three twins a couple of years later, to where I ended up dropping out of college, and having to come back home, get a job, just didn't see going back to college as a reality, something that was realistic, but it's something that I had wanted to do, but it really got inspired to do it a couple of years later, and I talk about those things, and even the moment to where it hit my mind, why can't I do this? Why can't I try to do better and to change my life trajectory for me and my daughters? Because I want them to have a better life than what I had, and those things, and they at the minute they were born became my why. They became that motivation for me, because I was so determined. And not having a father in my life, I didn't have a book. I didn't have that guide or that person to look to see how to be a father. But what I did know, I knew what I wanted. I know the type of father that I wanted, that I wish that I had, and I tried to be that for my daughters.
Yeah.
And that's so I took everything that I wanted and tried to give them that, and and I just kept going. So it's the story of the college dropout that came home to drive a forklift, that throughout his journey eventually got his education to become to finish his doctorate of education, and get into administration on the college level, and K through 12 level, and I currently serve as an assistant principal in an administrative role now, and it's that journey.
Yeah.
It's that
Wow.
journey.
Man, I tell you, man, I'm excited. And of course, we all know that this publication has a foundation, there's a purpose. And a lot of us these days know that we're battling some sort of demon. We're battling something that allows us to want to, at some point during this journey, we want to give up. We want to just, lay down the towel, forget it, throw the towel in and say forget it. But against all odds, allows you to embrace the fact that you can reach your destiny. I always tell people your destiny was determined before your delivery. But the journey that you have to take is what you have to embrace, because that journey is never easy. As a matter of fact, it's against all odds that you must overcome in order to reach that destiny. Now, is this actually your first release, your first publication, your freshman project, or is this a follow up to something that you may have previously written before?
It's my freshman release. It is my freshman release. Is one of three. I'm finishing up two, and I'm midway through with three, and each one takes another step forward. But in this one, you're exactly right. It's the story, and how do you want to tell it, and looking back on all the different things that I had to go through, you know, uh, my mother, my late mother, who passed in 2022, I dedicated this book to her, and she always encouraged me to write, because I used to have a hard time speaking in front of people. I had a very hard time speaking in front of people. I always could express myself writing better than I could speaking, and she always encouraged me to do that. So it's her that always motivated me to just move forward with my writing, and I just decided that I'm gonna go ahead and tell my story, because that's where the heartache is. That's where the pain is. That's where the frustration, the days you wanted to quit, the days you wanted to give up, and I'm honest about those
Right,
things.
right.
And I'm as transparent as I can be in this book, with those real struggles that I went through, and financial hardships and all of those things, to where it looked bleak. It looked like it was no hope. My situation wasn't going to change, and but it just keep going. You just
Against
keep
all
going,
against
against all odds, no
all
matter what they
odds.
put in front of you.
That's right. And I
Yeah.
got to ask you this. I know that we have a variety of people out there tonight that are tuned in. Once again, we thank God for each and every one of those platforms that have checked in with us on tonight. The Roku network, Amazon Fire TV. We thank God for you guys. Even Comcast Cable Network. Thank you, Vic, for doing what you do. And of course, our iHeartMedia radio station family, specifically WGLB Radio up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thank you guys for just hanging in there with me, understanding the process. And of course, we want you to be sure you guys show your love, your care, concern, and support. Go out, purchase a copy, share a copy. The holidays is coming up. You got followers, you got family, you got friends. Let me ask you this, Doc. When people purchase your publication, they read it, they embrace it. What is it that you specifically, as an author, as the author of this publication, what is it that you want them to hold on to and take with them once they finish complete reading it?
I want them to feel inspired no matter where they're currently at. If you have made it to a level of where you intended to be, reflect on your journey. Reflect back on the struggles that you went through. And if you're in the middle of your storm, I want it to be that encouragement, that you may need, and it comes from all different places. And I want them to feel inspired, that no matter what, I can do it. My situation, my current situation is not my life. And this is not my final destination. That's what I would like for them to take away from it, because that's exactly what I was thinking about as I was writing. I want to be a motivator for people. I want to inspire people. I seek to do that every day when I'm dealing with the youth, in my profession. I'm trying to inspire them, and a lot of them have no idea how, because they see Dr. Bradley, the assistant principal. You just arrived that way. You showed up. You just woke up. And this was always you, and letting them know that I can relate. I got teenage parents in my school. I got teenage fathers in my school.
Right.
And I've been where you are. I've been in those shoes, and it is actually eye-opening to a lot of them when they realize that. So even them, that have had the opportunity to review my book, you can see the change in how they respond to you. And now that they know your story, now that they know, oh, he's not just talking, he did.
Yeah, He been there.
He's not just saying he's been there. A lot of people, those, kids, they're not quick to believe you. Oh, you just saying this so I talk to you. No, sir, I have no reason to tell you something that's not true. I've actually been there. And when I say I've actually been there, I mean I've actually been there. And so this is eye opening to them. So I've even, and when you reach the youth, that's a tough bunch. When you actually can reach them, and I truly believe that's my calling to work with them, and be that source of that light, that shining light in some of them life. And to where I can help guide them along the path through some of my stories, through some of the struggles I've been through.
Amen. Amen. Wow. I tell you, man, I'm excited. And once again, for you, for those of you that don't know, you may just be checking in. Dr. Vinson Bradley is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Please stop by our platform. Click on the tab that's simply titled Featured Authors. You'll see a copy of the publication I'm showing you on our screen, Against All Odds. Purchase it. We want you to share it with all of your followers, your family, your friends. We want you to make sure that you go back and you leave a review. We want you to let the world know what you think, how you feel, your suggestions, your recommendations, your words of encouragement for those who may be on the outside looking in that simply want to purchase a copy and share this information. Now, after that, when you look back over this journey, Doc, when you look at it from the very, very beginning, from the inspiring thought to making it come to fruition, the process, the journey you have taken, the ups and downs, the good and bads, the right and wrongs, the left and rights. I want to find out what's next. I mean, we did hear you say briefly that you may even make this some type of series, but as an author and as the author of this particular publication, what's next for you?
Oh man, that's something I think about almost daily. What I would love to do is speak, or speak, speak to youth, speak to people. I'll be a motivational speaker of some kind because it's something that I really am passionate about, and just keep trying to touch lives in a positive way. It's enough negative. It's enough negative out here,
Yes, it is. Yes, it
and
is.
and I choose to be different. I've always chose to be different, and and be that person that can say you can. We have enough people tell us what we can't do. The Lord knows I have had my share. And when I first went back to school, I was working at a place, and person after person told me I was wasting my time. They told me I don't even know what you're going back. You're gonna be right here with us, and all of those things.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
find naysayers under any tree,
Hmm.
but you find less and less people telling you can, or rooting for you to actually do something that you set out to do. And with that being the case, I want to be that for people.
Kind
I
of
want to be.
motivate them.
I
You
want
know,
to motivate them.
motivate them, inspire them, encourage them, let them know,
Yeah.
hey,
Mhm.
what people see a lot of times, is deceiving. And I got to
Mhm.
say that because they're not hearing the truth, they're simply seeing what they believe is the direction that they would like to go. I mean, you see the fancy cars,
Mhm.
you see the individuals with lots of money, fresh designer clothing, and but they're not doing a whole lot to motivate, inspire, encourage individuals to let them know the direction that they should consider going in order to
Mhm.
make it to that next level. And
Yeah.
that's important to hear you say because of course now we're going to have to work on a world tour because you're going to have to be touring and you're going to have to be going out there to share your story and words of inspiration and encouragement to young people because they want to hear it from individuals that know. And the reason I say that is, for instance, you can't stop someone or even encourage someone to stop using drugs if you've never been a drug addict. I'm a
Yeah.
firm believer that if you've been there and you have found your direction to overcome, people want to hear your story. They want to
Yeah.
hear how you did it. What's the
Mhm.
process? What resources? And it sounds to me as you will be one individual that will help a lot of people because of your journey. It's not easy. Hey, I was a parent at 17 years old. I was still in
Mhm.
high school. So I
Yeah.
know the story and I know the process and the journey that you've went through. If someone wanted to pick up a copy of your publication today, what's the process? How can it be purchased?
Oh, it's on Amazon. Is soon to be at Walmart, and is at Barnes and Noble, Books a Million. I'm trying to put it as many places as I can put it
Mm,
because I want it to be accessible. I want it to be easily accessible, so that people can get their hands on,
yeah,
and and can review it, and and just see it for themselves. And I do like that point that you made. A lot of people don't that have made it to a certain point. They don't go back and tell all the different things that they went through to get there,
yeah.
and let people know the truth.
Right, right,
It's not gonna be quick. It's not gonna be fast. It's not gonna be put in the microwave. It ain't gonna happen overnight. It's gonna
right,
be a lot
right.
of sacrifice. It's gonna be a lot of struggle. It's gonna be a lot of depressing days. It's gonna be a lot of things that that you have to overcome. And this is real.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is real. This is not something, it's not something to be sugarcoated because it's real. And that's what people need. Yeah, it's hard, but let me tell you, it's rewards on the other side if you just keep going.
That's right.
And,
That's right.
and I can tell you about those rewards too. I can tell you about the struggles, but I can tell you what came on the other side of those struggles. And I can tell you that I sit in a position that I could only dream of 15 years ago or 18 years ago. That I get to do things now that I couldn't imagine then. And I didn't necessarily have that person telling me you can do this and this is how you go. And I wish I had that, and I want to be that for somebody else.
Right, right. Oh wow, man! I tell you and I tell you, man, that's so important. And of course, it's publications like this one that it even inspired me to contemplate, start placing in my mind and my heart to release a publication myself that I believe is going to be inspiring to millions of people. And that is going to be Confessions of a Pastor, the Kevin T. Strawder story. Because I want people to know and understand, number one, the truth. Number two, when you're placed into a position in ministry, specifically a pastor, at at some point you still understand that you're still a human being, you're still a person, you're still
Mm-hmm.
normal, and you're still that person you were before you became. And
Mm-hmm.
and and for me specifically, it was not easy because I held on to a lot of those things that I shouldn't have held on to before I became, and even when I became a pastor. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a process that I ultimately had to embrace and work myself in, train myself to be a better pastor than I know I wasn't being at that time. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people don't know because I didn't say anything. I even sat next to a pastor at a convention. He told me, and I quote, I have to go in the back because I got to shoot myself between my toes with drugs before
Mm-hmm.
I come out and preach. It's things like that that a lot of people don't know. That's why we always say pray for your pastor, because your pastor can't save you. The only person that can save you is him. And I love
Mm-hmm.
your encouragement. Someone wanted to reach out to you. Someone wanted to speak to you on a more individual basis, to find out what you're doing, where you're going, when you're going to be there, book signings, and motivational speaking events and such. What's the process if someone wanted to reach out to you and connect with you?
Well, I have my website, bensonbradley.com. Yeah, I have social media platforms, Vincent Bradley Publishing on Facebook, and email, vbradleypublishing@outlook.com. My email is the quickest way, because it comes directly to my phone like a text message. And, for me to get, and I constantly, like I have an upcoming book signing November the 1st. I just put that out there on social media today
Oh,
in my
okay.
hometown of Birmingham, Alabama. And that's going to be my first book signing. And I'm excited about that. So I'm constantly using social media and those platforms to put the word out there of the different things that I have coming up.
And of course, we want the world to know that you can always check in with us here because, listen, man, if there is anything that we can do to continue to assist you while you're on this journey in any way, shape, form, or fashion, if you have events coming up, we want to know about it. We want to help spread the news, spread the word, encourage others to support what you're doing. We want you to pick up that phone, call me, let me know what it is that we can do to assist you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And when you do so, I want you to know publicly and personally the answer will always be yes, and you'll never ever have to ask me twice, okay?
Hey, And I already know it. You have really been a great supporter of mine, and I'm thankful for you.
Amen. And you know what? We will never stop because we appreciate you. We appreciate your purpose, the root foundation behind spreading the message and the word and the purpose for this publication. And we want you guys to know that it's available. It's available on all of those digital outlets. I specifically want to thank those guys over at Walmart who are allowing us to place your publication in the online bookstore, Walmart online bookstore. So you guys keep an eye out on that if that's your way of purchasing things. Nevertheless, we won't allow anyone to forget about little old GMAP. Stop by our platform. Click on featured authors. You'll see a copy of the publication I'm currently showing you on the screen, Against All Odds, Dr. Vinson Bradley. Click on that cover. It will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. Show your love, show your care, show your support. Purchase a copy. Share the information with all of your followers, your family, your friends. The holidays are coming up. We're getting ready to do a social media and broadcast blast with the promotional material that Dr. Bradley has available. He's going to be on all the outlets. Look into him. Roku, if you have it and you watch it, look out for that publication promo. Look out for it on Amazon Fire TV. Look out for it on Comcast. Look out for it on GMAP. Look out for it because we're going to be putting it out there because we need and want your support. And when you do so, please don't forget, go back and leave a review. Leave a review. I'll appreciate it. I know Dr. Bradley will appreciate it. Even those that are on the outside looking in will appreciate it. And of course, we want to know what you think, how you feel, your suggestions, your recommendations, and we want your support to help share the information. Dr. Bradley, man, I appreciate you. I love what you're doing. And again, if anything we can do to continue to assist you, just let us know. I'm going to move over and allow you to have your closing remarks and final words before we let you go. I'm going to move over and say, Dr. Bradley, the floor is yours.
The floor is mine. I think again, thank you for allowing me to utilize your platform to spread the word about my book. And you know, I'm doing it from the right spot, from the right place, and you know, and because I really do want to help people. And you know, in the middle of that, in order to help people, you have to have people who purchase it, and you have to have people who read it. But then you want to hear what people think about it, and you know, so those reviews would mean so much to me. You know, just to get because I want to know, and I do plan on continuing to spread my message to the world. But I need your feedback. You know, I only want to get better at what I'm doing because and the more feedback you give me, the better I can be at helping others. You know, because it's not about me. You know, it's not about me. It's about what I can give to others to help them along their journey. And if my story can do that for somebody, then it's all worth it. You know, if my story can help pull you up when you're having a bad day, then it's worth it. You know, if it can motivate you to just go a little bit longer, then it's worth it. And you know, and so check it out, purchase it, you know, and let me know what you think of it.
Amen.
And I thank you.
And we appreciate you. Of course, we're going to stay in constant contact to find out all of the amazing things that you have coming up. And of course, we're going to keep everyone informed as much and as often as possible. I want to thank you on behalf of the Roku Network, Amazon Fire TV, Comcast Cable, WGLB, and our iHeartMedia Radio family, and of course our family here at the GMAP Broadcast Network. We thank God for you guys just show your support, purchase a copy of this publication, share it as much and as often as possible. And again, don't forget to go back and leave a review. And before I let you go, man, I need you to do me a favor, all right?
What's that?
I need you to say, this is Dr. Vinson Bradley, author of Against All Odds. Keep it locked to Friday Night Jams on GMAP. Come on, do that for me.
This is Dr. Vinson Bradley, author of Against All Odds. Keep it locked on GMAP.
Friday Night Jams.
Friday Night Jams.
I'm on the show. Oh, my goodness. All right. All right, Friday Night Jams right here on the #1 station in the nation. Hold on, Doc.
Some say this our last day. Melody from heaven. I feel like I can't help. Only thing I can say is I heard that before. Somebody need to help me. Somebody need to help me. I feel like a TV screen is killing shorty's dreams, cause it's deeper than it seems. Or like, but you feel like you can tell them they nothing. Tell them that they bluffing and they generation is nothing. Goddamn, you don't know what you do when you telling them that they not gonna make it. You don't know what you doing when you tell them they not gonna make it. You call them dumb just cause you wiser. And wisdom come with growth when you grown what you providing. Don't understand how you a man and you stand and watch them fall as a shorty when you didn't understand who you would call. He need that understanding, he need that feedback that gave him all the confidence in the world just to see black. You guys now change something, you got to change your whole approach. Your generation is over, this is new, that's what it's worth. So I can feel what you feel, but you still gotta get your hands in. I can feel what you feel, but what you got to get your hands in. Melody from heaven, melody from heaven. I feel like I can't help him, I feel like I can't help him. Somebody to help me, see somebody to help me. Melody from heaven, melody from heaven. I feel like I can't help him, I need somebody to help me. Somebody need to help me, somebody need to help me. Nowadays a shorty asks me for a feature before they ask me for a book. It figures, cause when the last time somebody read a story to if it wasn't posted on a book. Figures, they say social media is the reason for declining them. Their attention span is too short and they can't find a stem. Yeah, it's flaws in their generation, it's caused by stimulation they looking for in their parents they can't find within. So weed and music becomes all that's necessary. Schooling goes out the window fast cause it's not necessary. Love is on the prowl cause Mary wanna marry Mary cause Larry's not ready to commit. Yeah, it's very scary. Churches on the back of their mind, it's just not present though. They believe in God and all he do, but they not present though. So if rocking your day can make him the top of your day, I think it's okay. So stop criticizing Josh cause it's okay. Melody from heaven, melody from heaven. I feel like I can't help him, I feel like I can't help him. Somebody to help me, somebody to help me. Melody from heaven, melody from heaven. I feel like I can't help him, I need somebody to help me. Somebody need to help him, somebody need to help me.
1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 22. Paul said, I became all things to all men, that I may win some. So somebody asks me, why do I cry? Why is it that you cry over this generation?
Man, what y'all doing out here, man? You don't care about us, man. Just speaking that knowledge, man. Everybody else.
So in return, I say, what if I'm crying
we all
because
put money
I
in
see
our
a
own pocket.
dying
Come on, let me put money in
generation?
my pocket. Man, let me share this with
And
you,
it's
man.
not the fact that they're dying. The fact is that we have the antidote, but not doing anything. So I ask, how can I be different, and how could I give an answer or a solution that will help this generation? And you still criticize? I do rock your day and you say that that's not God. I wear J's and you say that that's not God. I wear true religion and you say that that's not God. But what about the one that I'm reaching and they're changing their life and God is getting the glory? Should I stop because you say, or should I continue to go so that I may save those that God has ordained me to save? See, I can't be like everybody else. I have to be different because I know I've been called to different. You heard what was said in the beginning. I became all things to all men that I may win some. So as long as I'm winning some, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Rock your day.
From teenage fatherhood to earning a doctorate in education, Dr. Vinson J. Bradley's journey is a testament to resilience and faith. Raised in poverty and facing challenges that could have defined his future, he chose instead to rise above them. In his powerful memoir, Bradley shares how determination, education, and perseverance turn obstacles into opportunities. Against All Odds is an inspiring reminder that no setback is final, and with courage and faith, every dream is within reach. Now available on Amazon. Get your copy today.